Andrew Allegretta here in Pinehurst, North Carolina with Virginia Tech's cornerback Kendall Fuller. It is a humid, hot day out, but we are enjoying ourselves getting started with the football season. Kendall, how are you? How are you enjoying the media day experience so far?
I'm doing well. You know, it was better than I thought. You know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm enjoying it.
All right, so let's start off with you. You missed some time this spring after wrist surgery. How is your wrist? How are you doing now, ready for practice?
Wrist is 100%. You know, this summer I've been able to do everything in the weight room, so you know I'm looking forward to it.
Has there been a time where you felt like I don't have to worry about my wrist anymore, and when did that happen?
It happened when I first started being able to power plant. It was probably about a couple of weeks ago. I figured once I can power plant, I can do anything. So,
right, so that injury is starting to fade away from your mind, and that's really important for you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of your other counterparts who's missed some time as well. How's Brandon Faison doing? A guy that showed so much potential and skill as a freshman and struggled last year with injuries.
He looks good. You know, definitely compared to last summer when he was still trying to get healthy as well. You know, right now when we run, you know, he'll be right up there with me, Chuck, you know, other guys like that. So, you know, he looks real good, and I'm excited.
All right, so the storyline for the secondary this year is certainly the transition. No Kaishan, no Dietrich Bonner. How are you helping some younger players move into new and more important roles for them?
Just, you know, leading by example, you know, showing them, you know, how hard you got to work, you know, how you got to get into the film room and things like that. So just leading by example, you know, not being a safety, it might not be things that I can teach them, but just, you know, setting the role, setting the tempo for, you know, for the block.
Right, so there is a guy that does play your position, was an early enrollee, has shown some potential and skill, just like, say, Brandon Faison and yourself did a couple of years ago as a freshman. That's Mook Reynolds. Let's talk about him for a moment. As you watch and help him develop, what stands out to you about this gentleman that might be able to make an impact?
He's not scared to make plays. You know, he has good technique. And, you know, he's kind of got that alpha dog in him that Coach Gray talks about. You know, he's not scared to go out there, you know, throw his shoulder in there and make plays. And, you know, he just got to keep on learning the defense, you know, keep on, you know, gaining knowledge, you know, and whatever he does, you know, he'll definitely be a great player.
Does that fearlessness impress you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, anytime you see that fearlessness on the field, you know, guys willing to throw it up in there, you know, he moves probably around like 170, 180. So, you know, and he'll go throw it in there with Steven Peoples, Marshawn, and, you know, that's definitely impressive to see.
Where's your confidence level in the transition of this secondary?
I'm definitely confident. You know, confidence in our secondary and our defense is something that you have to have. So, you know, I'm just pushing everyone. You know, some of the older guys are pushing me, and, you know, we're just trying to get better as a group.
All right, so let's turn it back to you, and certainly not focusing just this year, but you and I talked last year about your desire to, say, go 13th in the draft because your brother went 14th in the draft, right?
Yeah.
So not this year or whenever it happens, but does that fire still burn inside of you to go higher than your brother Kyle?
Yeah, it does. It's always going to be there. It's not something I think about probably at all, but when it gets there, I'll think about that.
All right, and then the brother bragging rights will start and last forever. So we'll see that. Let's turn our attention away for football for the last couple of questions. You've been spotted numerous times at our new bowling establishment in downtown Blacksburg. What is the best score you've ever posted?
Best score to date is 224.
And it was when and against who?
It was about a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to say it was against Ronnie Van Dyke and Terrell Evans.
Are you getting better and better at your bowling game as well?
I'm getting better and better. I'm getting a lot more consistent, too.
All right, so you once were a Olympic potential in your own mind. You're now a all-ACC player, maybe one of the better bowlers on the team as well.
I think I'm no doubt the best bowler on the team. Someone told me that Curtis bowled around 270, but I let him know that I'm coming after him.
All right, you've got your own bowling ball. What color is it?
Got to be orange and maroon.
Kendall, thanks so much. Stay tuned to HokieSports.com for continuing coverage here from ACC Kickoff.